So let's go back to those clients, those constituents that you serve every single day, that your nonprofits serve, your government entities serve. And if you want to help them increase housing stability or income stability or self-sufficiency, you know, whatever that mission of your particular organization is, you have to start with the end in mind. And we have to start with the end in mind now as well. So for those of you who said, hey, I need to convince my staff that data are important. I need to convince my, you know, if you're on a board member and you're trying to convince your executive teams that impact matters or that tracking metrics is important to the agency's health or our financial success, we have to think about, well, why? What is the end in mind? Data impact measurement, it is a means to an end, just like, you know, good healthy habits or financial literacy or, you know, getting the right job credentials and the job training or literacy skills is a means to a better life, a more healthy, self-sufficient life. So same thing with data literacy and impact measurement. So why are we doing this? Why are we here in the first place? Well, first and foremost, because we have research and case study after case study that shows that organizations that can tell their impact, they can share impact stories, they use data every single day to make decisions, are significantly more likely to increase funding. They are more sustainable. They have greater, it's easier for them to raise money. It's easier for them to obtain grants, and they are more successful financially. It also helps them improve their outcomes, to do more of the good that they want to do in the world because they're doing it in the most efficient and effective and smartest way possible. It also, if you have impact data, you can tell a stronger impact story. It's one thing to you know, use case studies or kind of anecdotal evidence, which is, those are important. Don't get me wrong. Stories, emotion, those are very, very important. But we have, if we can add the data in there, now we're meeting both humans' emotional and logical brains. So we need to marry them both. It's the basis when you often hear funders talk about what is your social return on investment. You cannot calculate, at least in an empirical sense, your social return on investment without impact data. So it is the fundamental building block to even get to being able to calculate a social return on investment. And also it helps you stand out in your industry. It helps you become the industry leader. When you have data, when you have results that show that my program is effectively changing lives and changing circumstances, and this is how, that's how you become an evidence-based practice. Do you ever want to know how those organizations become the evidence-based practices that get all the grant dollars? They're able to scale and leverage and go national. Most of them, it's because they had the data. They could talk about their impact, and that made them become the industry leaders. And so that is all why we're doing this. So if you're in a place where, how do I convince anyone that this is important? It's because it is critical to your mission. It is critical to your organization's health. So that's where we're going. That's why we're doing this. We're to get to these results. It starts with impact measurement.